Hey guys, welcome back. One of my favorite authors in the whole world, who I've had the pleasure to meet, Glennon Doyle. She has this quote that I've always loved, and it says, I will never again stay in a room, a conversation, a relationship, or an institution in which I am required to abandon myself. That quote has always stayed with me. And in the last few weeks, it has sort of morphed a little bit as my understanding of who I am, what I am, has grown and stabilized over the last few years. And so the way this quote sort of resonates with me now that I want to talk about here today is I will never again stay in a thought, a story, or a belief in which I am required to abandon myself. And the way that this feels, it's so hard to put words around some of this sometimes, but it's had such a profound impact in every aspect of my life, from my marriage, my job, my relationship with my children. I see the impact of this seeing everywhere. So I'm going to try to put words around it. So I I always naturally, when I refer to me, because we know that actually, in reality, me is this. Me is being, is presence, is love, is this amazing, open, expansive, timeless space within which this Missy is apparently here for a while. And so when I talk about I will no longer stay in a thought, a belief, or a story in which I am required to abandon myself. What I'm really pointing to when I do this is this internal essence of me, this internal, some people might call it like their younger self or their nervous system, their whatever this is. For me, it's hard to put words around her, but I call her just my sweet one, my little one, and she's right here. And so when I talk about abandoning her, it sometimes might come out as abandoning myself. But what I'm referring to is this place in my heart, this tender, amazing place inside, this little one. That's the easiest thing for me to call her, my heart space, my little one, my younger me, my nervous system, whatever this is that has been here since the moment this body came into the world. She's been here. She's been here from birth. She's still here today. She will be here until this body is no more. And it has really settled in the last few weeks that my devotion, my number one priority over anything else is her, is this. I am devoted to her. This little one, this place in my heart, this essence that feels deeply, that has all the imprints of my childhood from disappointments and hurts, anything that I kind of went through during those formative years that kind of left those little imprints. Her, that little one. So I will no longer stay in thought, story, or belief in which I am required to abandon myself, meaning her. I will no longer abandon her. So let me tell you what this looks like in just regular everyday life. This morning is a perfect example. And there are hundreds of examples just over the last couple weeks. But this morning, I woke up and before I even opened my eyes, like literally, I just woke up. I usually wake up a couple minutes before my alarm goes off at 5. And an argument that I had had with my husband last night immediately flooded my mind, as happens when I think most of us wake up. The mind immediately goes to something in the world of form that is distressing, upsetting. And so my mind immediately, before my eyes open, went to Pete should have done this and he shouldn't have said that and all that. And then immediately, I mean, I'd say within 10 seconds of that stressful thinking, that story playing, that movie in my head of he shouldn't and this is how it should have gone, was eclipsed. And a remembering came in. Be fully devoted. My complete devotion is to me, this little one, to her, to this precious one. And she's feeling sad and she's feeling upset. And so instead of staying in the mind and thought, in the story and in what Pete did and what I said, and which is all just a movie playing, I felt completely out of the head and came back. And one of my favorite things to do, I do this like butterfly thing. I either do this or I do hand on heart. And I laid in bed with eyes closed for just like 15 or 20 seconds, hand on heart, or maybe I did the butterfly. I can't remember now. And I just sort of reaffirmed my absolute devotion to her. What is she feeling? What does she need? And there was sadness there. There was a feeling of abandonment, a feeling of being left behind, a feeling of needing just some love, some reassurance, some safety. And like most of us, for decades, I placed that job on someone else. In this case, my husband. That was his job. Make me feel better, make me okay, make me feel safe and secure and whole and complete. Do those things for me, which of course I did. That's what we've been taught to do, right? But it's so amazing to just wake up and see that that was never his job. That was always my job, mine as love, as this amazing being, essence, presence. My job is to offer that, which I have been always wanting from Pete, to offer that to myself, to offer that to this little one, this space within, this internal little one. I don't know what else to call her. And so in that moment, laying in bed, I stopped abandoning her because I have abandoned her very much a part of, I don't know, 2 or 3 decades, looking outwardly for someone else or something else, a situation, a circumstance, a person, something to give me peace and joy, safety, freedom, wholeness, well being. And so when I am awake to the truth, when I see who I really am, I don't abandon myself anymore. I don't go up into thought. I don't go up into stories and beliefs and this is how things should be and this is what's going wrong and this is why I'm a victim or why I'm a martyr and why someone else did something and all of that quietly takes a back seat because my devotion, almost as if I remember feeling this way when I had my firstborn child and they put that little baby Megan in my arms and I took her home. No matter what was going on in my world and how many things were tugging at me, my devotion was to her and her needs and her whims. Everything she needed, that was my priority. That's how I see this little, this little one, this nervous system, this precious space within that lets her needs be known. She's feeling sad. She's feeling scared. Wonderful. My devotion is wholly and completely to you, to this sacred space. I will not abandon you anymore. One of the things, too, that I heard, it was something along the lines of the moment you find yourself explaining yourself, making excuses for yourself, you have abandoned yourself. You have abandoned this little one, this precious one, this nervous system, this whatever this is to you. And she doesn't deserve to be abandoned. She deserves devotion, complete devotion. And yes, devotion even at the expense of not spending time up in the mind. And the mind is so compelling. It really wants you to solve and figure out and place blame and go through all the checklists of, yeah, but he did do that, or yes, she did say that. And the irony of all of this is that when you are fully devoted here, internally, and you are devoted to not abandoning her, ironically, boundaries are set, relationships are left, even actions are taken, steps are taken. This is not about not taking action or not having boundaries at all. Paradoxically, it's the opposite. Those things happen so much more organically. They just fall into place. You just find yourself taking action, saying words, setting boundaries, leaving relationships, whatever is most honoring, most respectful, most loving to this sweet little one who just wants to be seen and heard and held and felt. I have this amazing client. I love her so much. We just had a session today, and we've been talking about this because in her relationship, they've been together for about 6 years. And it's been tumultuous lately. And there's been a lot of, he should do this for me, and he's not seeing this, and he's not my soft place to land, and he's not emotionally available. And what she's starting to shift toward, which has been unbelievable to watch over the last probably 6 weeks, is just every time there's the thought, which is a thought, he should have said this, he should have called, he should do this. She very quietly lets that story go because it's a story. And she comes back, hey, little one, what do you need? I am devoted to you. You are my first priority. And in that settling, you feel it viscerally. There's such a different feeling from he should, or they should, or this shouldn't be like that, or the world, or the country, or the government, or whatever the noise is, to I'm so sorry I completely abandoned you there for a minute. I'm back. I'm devoted fully to you. My devotion is here. What do you need? Let me come to you. There's this thing called a ventral vagal hug. And I love this so much. If you want to give it a try, if this doesn't feel, this feels so natural to me, but if this doesn't, this ventral vagal hug, sometimes I do it also in bed because it's just an easy place to do these things. You take the palm of one hand and you put it here, and you take the palm of the other and you put it on your neck, and you feel that pressure. You feel the pressure of this hand going, your right hand coming against your head, and your left hand coming against the back of your neck. And you close your eyes and you breathe. And in that breathing, you simply offer that little one, that space within you, that internal space that only wants peace and simplicity and love and safety and security. And it's a wonderful, beautiful way to just sort of reconnect with her and remind her, I'm there for you. And that ventral vagal hug just sort of sends the somatic message to all the cells in your body. You're safe. All is well. You're okay. I just love this exploration so much. I think it's a way that we get to really take these concepts that our culture has taught us that are so upside down and so backwards. And we finally, collectively, are saying, enough. Let's turn the world right side up for the first time. Let's meet that internal space. Let's be absolutely devoted here, not here. No more abandoning ourselves. Let's not do that anymore. When we find ourselves trying to explain ourselves, make excuses, following all the old habitual programs of what we should do and shouldn't do, Let's take a breath. Let's do hand on heart or a ventral vagal hug, something somatic to bring us out of the head back into the body. And let's rededicate our devotion to ourselves, to this internal space. What do you need today, sweet one? I'm here for you. I'm not going to abandon you. Do you need to have a little tantrum? Do you need to be full of rage, anger, hatred? Do you need to be full of insecurity, confusion? What do you need me to hold with you? For me lately, it's been a lot of insecurity. Okay, sweet one, let me hold you in the insecurity. Let me feel you. Let's hold this together. I won't abandon you. I won't go up into the head, into story, into beliefs, into programming, into trying to protect myself from you. I'm going to hold you. My devotion is to you, and I will not abandon you. It's a much softer experience of life. And from that space, I think you, like myself, will be amazed at which actions are naturally taken organically, not because you're pushing, not because you're under pressure, not because you're living into the world of shoulds and should nots. But from this space, pretty remarkable actions are taken. Words are spoken, boundaries are set, and life is just simpler, softer. I can't wait to hear what you guys think of this. It's definitely the direction I'm heading these days. Simple, soft, devoted to that internal little one, and no more abandoning myself, not for anyone. Thanks, guys. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.